Well, 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 here we are again. I have been mulling over in my mind how we are going to progress from this point. Because I'm not entirely certain what the best way to handle the next phase of the adventure. Oh, do I have to wait until daytime? Hang on. Fisherman's jumping game. Ride to the boat to the Fisherman's Island to inquire about playing. Okay, this is another... This is another random side quest, side game, I should say, side game for the other thing, the piece of heart, that's what I'm talking about. There we go. So, okay. So this whole thing is jumping from island to island. Light the torches in a particular order. Jump to the island that has the lit torch. 20 points, you get a prize. The big challenge here, honestly, more than anything, is not falling into the water. Good. Okay. Next away. Straight away. Left. Thank you, straight. Okay. Okay. We're halfway. And unfortunately, I do not remember all of the... I've talked about this. I don't remember where all of the heart pieces are. So at some point, I'm going to have to... Whoa! Okay, thank you for taking me right back up. I don't understand why my Z targeting wouldn't turn me the other way. Alright, try this again. Okay, so they are truly random, looks like. This is not the same order we started in. There we go. Halfway. Whoa. I wasn't certain if it was going to let me do the actual jump, or if it was going to let me drop. Or have me drop, I guess. Okay. Good. 20. Okay. I assume that's it. As long as it gives me the piece of heart, I'm gonna keep going, because... I don't know. I probably shouldn't. I'm probably just tempting fate by continuing to do this. I would not be surprised if it's like, oh, you got 20, now do 30. Goodness knows that happens. really annoying when they do that. $33. Piece of heart. Okay, so it's just... Okay, so it's just the same. Alright, we're good. Thank you. Okay, so there's that taken care of. Hopefully it's just the 20. It better not. There better not be a 40. Oh my gosh, if that was a 40, it'd be a mess and a half. There is a thing up there. I know there is. The question is, how do I get at said thing? It doesn't look like there is a... You know what? I'm curious enough to take a look. Yes. The reward for Romani's nighttime assistance seems to be something that holds... Yes. That... Thanks! Your information means nothing to me. What? Thank you. The heck was that? What else here? There is a grotto there, so I admit I'm curious. Oh, there it is. Okay. See that right over there? I need a bean patch for that. So I need water and beans. And apparently there's cows in here. Would someone like to explain why cow? Is there any reason for cow? I understand not why cow. Okay. To my knowledge, this is the only other thing around here I need to worry about. So, once we grab this, we will jump back in time and we will continue our story from there. Let's see. I need... other way. I could have gone that way, because... I can... Can I get fresh water there? Oh, I'm gonna get fresh water. I may need to go to the... You don't have beans. Oh! I get beans in the swamp. That's right. Let's go get beans in the swamp. No, not bees. Not bees. Beans. The musical fruit. You know? Just think of it like we're doing Into the Woods. The beans. I keep meaning to go watch the theater version of Into the Woods. Good stuff. You, sir. Thank you. Not the bees! Okay, running back this way. Oh, you know, there's one other thing that we could do that I forgot about. And it might be something that we could tie into the... Oh, that's right. So this is what happens if you come here on the second day without saving Kotake. Kotake. Ome will go look for her. But I'm not worried about that. There's our water. So, there's the whole thing with Donjero. It's a rather annoying side quest, if you ask me. Since it involves doing a whole lot of backtracking in order to get to the things and to get all to the frog. To all of the frogs. Since Donjero is a conductor, maybe there could be something involving the Indigogos that could be connected to all of them. The issue, obviously, is the gameplay situation. The fact that the frogs are all over the freaking place. So it really doesn't make that much sense to... Oh, wrong one. Gameplay speaking, it doesn't make all that much sense to have Link jumping through this place, this place, this place, this place, particularly when I don't know, it's the whole... I am trying to reduce the amount of time travel shenanigans as humanly possible. If, at the very least, to try and discard a whole bunch of logical fallacies. Because it's a mess otherwise. We don't need to do this. We need to take care of the frog enemy fighting, guarding where the boss key usually is. Or is. Not usually. Literally is. There's no other place for them. Because we already got the one in... the one place. Can I just light you from here? I should totally be able to light you from here. That is dumb. It's fine. We need to go in there anyway. Go. That is not the button I wanted. God darn it. It's fine. I feel like I should be able to stab him on the way. It's whatever. This won't take very long. I say as I... There we go. You know, I'm pretty sure I've watched the same one. Emperor's New School was not a show that I watched, but I do love the fact that they used that over and over and over. Okay, so there's you. We already took care of the water temple. We took care of the one in the swamp. It's, actually, you know what? I never really watched it all that much, so I can't say. I don't know how funny it was. That being said, Disney does have a pretty solid track with its animated shows. So the odds of it being good are pretty good. I think at that time I was already, like, kind of done with their animated movie spin-offs. Because they had Little Mermaid, they had Aladdin, then they were doing Timon and Pumbaa, then Emperor's New School, and it was just like, okay, is this really all that they're doing? Turns out, it was really all they were doing. But, I mean, they were well made, so can't complain all that much. There we go. And now we gotta go to the mountains and deal with that. Yeah, they did a Timon and Pumbaa thing. Instead of having actual Lion King stuff, they did Timon and Pumbaa. The only thing I really remember from it is they had a music video where they did Stand By Me. Oh, wait. No. Wait, what? There we go. Trying to remember it by sight. Yeah, they did a music video of Stand By Me. You can still find it online. And it's absolutely hilarious because Timon is singing it. And every time he says Stand By Me, something absolutely ridiculous and painful happens to Pumbaa. It's really funny. Literally the only thing I remember about that show. On a related note, I had been reminded recently of The Angry Beavers, which was an animated show on Nickelodeon. It kind of has the same vibe, actually, as the Timon and Pumbaa show. The Angry Beavers are brothers, but it's still basically the idea of two best friends getting into all kinds of absolutely ridiculous scenarios. Different personalities and different general reactions to things, but I don't know. The two aren't really all that related. It's just two main characters. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to... I'm going back to our storytelling as as we're getting near. Maybe they're trying to find an opening act. Maybe that's how we bring Don Jarrow into the story. It seems oddly tacked on when I say it like that, but... just because we have one music group and Don Jarrow leads the Frog Chorus, which is another music group. I would say it works. Exactly. Oh, come on, I wanted to punch it. This thing is mechanical. It shouldn't be all that affected by spikes. If anything, it should have resistance to piercing damage. I'm loving this. Oh, come on! I was doing so well! I almost never get that much damage on a single trip. Yeah, I got to punch it! It's a soft metal. Brilliant. Of course. A soft metal. What's a soft metal? Isn't gold a soft metal? Ah, we're so close. Bombs are dropping. He's almost dead. Oh, come on! Yes, this is actually the Golden Bowl. Come here, you. There we go. Okay. I would hate to have Don Jarrow just to be basically put as an add-on. Because that's the only way that would... If we did it after the fact, it feels like it would be an add-on, but we've already basically put the beavers into the story effectively already. I can't think of another reason why we would be dealing with all of the... There. Grand questions of life, I guess. Instead of Link needing to wear the Don Jarrow mask to lead the frogs, he would actually find Don Jarrow and convince them to be a part of the troop, maybe saving them from some Gerudo or something to that effect. Oh! Now that we're here, I just remembered a different heart piece. There we go. My gosh. I need to talk to Pierre, the Scarecrow. And then we can get that one piece of heart that's hanging out. That's two pieces of heart after the rebuild. Man, I'm finding all kinds of reasons to not turn back the clock, aren't I? At this rate, we might even get... We're gonna get our story started. That's a no-brainer. It's just funny. There we go. Good? Perfect. There. Okay. All these extra things. There's always more extra things. Because this is what happens when you want to 100% a thing. You find all of the things. All right, now, was the thing in question... Okay, it's over there. Whoa! Excuse you. There we go, that's... Woo! Here we are. And then... Ta-da! So much things we have to do in order to get all of the things. Whee! Thank you, sir! At the very least, we will have another full heart container before we go back into the past. That would... I think that's the only way it would work. They're being accosted by Gerudo, and Link saves them, so they take refuge in the music hall and end up becoming the opening act. I think that works. It's a side thing, but honestly, the whole thing's a side thing. And then the mask would be given to Link as like a gesture of thanks or something. I do want to make sure that the masks are still included in thanks or whatever as part of Link's general inventory, even if he doesn't use those masks. Though, I feel like he would still use them to the effect that we need to use nearly all of them in order to do stuff. What the? Whatever. Ah! I don't know where I am or where I'm going, apparently. Where'd I come from? Where'd I go? Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Alright. Us over here. Then... And then... The power of water. You're making me do another Scarecrow song, huh? Okay. I'm fine with that, since I just learned it. So it works out. Mildly ridiculous, though. Just mildly ridiculous. All right. That's everything off the top of my head. There's only one other place that I would like to double check before I go. There's that spot where I had to... Oh. For a second there, I was like, wait, did the game shut down? Did the game shut down? It did not shut down. Thank goodness. The spot where I broke all of those pots at the same time, I'm curious if maybe there's a different thing that's over there now. And if there is, I would like to take care of that, because there's a piece of heart over there. That should be everything. Then we'll drop off our money and we'll leave. Come on, Epona. We're gonna go that way. Oh, I should probably grab the canyon map from Tingle. Nope, it's just them. They're still here. It's still the pots. Okay, then. Thank you for making my life easier. Wait a second. Wait a second. Is my memory There's something else I have to do, too. Oh, my gosh. All of these things that I forgot existed, that I am now remembering exist. Man, we're never gonna get to this thing, are we? Okay, there is something down here, I believe. Yes, there is. I remembered a thing. Oh, crap. Rude. Okay, so there's that. The other thing that I need is I need a whole bunch of fish. And I'm trying to remember where all of the fish can be got. There is a fish you can catch in the Stockpot Inn. I am hoping, and I don't see why that wouldn't be the case, but I am hoping that there is... Oh, not there is, but... it will refresh. I just need to open the door, come back, open the door, come back. You know, that kind of deal. Because I need a whole bunch. Wait, what is... Oh, hi, Anju. Aww. Are we going to Romani Ranch in the evening to take refuge? I think you should go there too. Aww. Sadness. I wonder... I have questions. We didn't do the Romani Ranch thing. So, there's... So it's not like everyone is fine, as it were. But I am curious of differences that may occur if you don't do the cafe quest, and then you come back to Romani Ranch in the evening. What differences may exist between... Like, are they going to be there? There's experiments. But you had to go through the whole thing twice in order to know if those things exist. I may need to fast forward to tonight and see if they show up. Just to see, and then hopefully at some point I'll remember to do the ranch and then check on the other result. Except doesn't really fit with all the story stuff that we need to do. This is what happens, I guess. Okay. Let's grab the final map. Since we're here and I have the money. Go! Ah! Why is the map upside down? Look at the map in his hand. It's upside down. Those are supposed to be mountains on the right side. Now I'm doubting the validity of these maps. All right. Let us begin. So there's one fish. Here's two fish. Red fish. Blue fish. Oh, perfect. Eat it! Eat it! Thank you. Perfect. Okay. That should be everything. But now I'm curious. I'm just curious if they're there. If they're not there as currently constituted, then I don't need to worry about going again and trying to get additional footage that doesn't exist. Let's just see. I know that if you save the ranch and you come by in the evening, Romani is very excited because Cremia says she's going to let Romani drink Chateau Romani for the first time. Because Cremia is basically trying to have Cremia be drunk so she doesn't witness the end. or feel anything. Okay, there's nobody in here. Okay. So... she's still... okay. So, nothing has changed here. And I am assuming then that... oh! Wait! Look, they're here! Oh my gosh, they're here! He'd come meet me in my room, and I promised him I would wait. Oh! Oh, sadness! Wow! They are here! I'm willing to bet that these three will not change regardless of whether or not Cremia and Romani are in a different state of mind. But they are here, which is interesting. All right, let's go and deposit our rupees, and then we will move on from there. Oh, apparently I'm not allowed to teleport in here. There is a small part of me that would be interested in recording the footage that you get when you don't have enough giants. You know, the moon goes crashing down and everything, but I've never been able to convince myself to do it. I also just realized there's one other thing that we could do. Because I keep forgetting to save the old woman and get the bomb bag, which I once again forgot to do. Maybe I should just pay the price. I should pay the price. Let's wait until 10 o'clock, and I will just buy said bag from the curiosity shop. Because this is ridiculous that I keep forgetting this. I am right in thinking that I did not save her this time, right? Okay, good. I needed to know. This may be the last time. Dark. All right. 10 o'clock. So, the question now that I've been trying to answer for myself the last week is, which quest should we go focus on next? Because we only have 2 left at this point. We have Cafe, and we have Ikana Canyon. Or Ikana. And I had a hard time deciding because there wasn't any immediate impetus to say that we should go one way or another. I believe I have settled on the canyon. If for no other reason than we can't complete the entirety of, we can't complete the entirety of the canyon as present of the cafe quest as presently constituted. So, since we don't have that option, then to do it all in one one shot without interrupting into the canyon stuff, it seems like, at the very least, we should begin by heading in that direction. But at the same time, I almost feel like the two could be interconnected in some way.
Hi.
100 rupees. That's fine. It's a lot cheaper if you get it from the bomb shop, but... Go. Ow. There we go. Alright. Well, I will deposit these 58 rupees, and then we will head back in time. I would imagine Link is still... Oh, wrong song. Link is still basically trying to fight himself with the questions that he's been dealing with in regards to Mikau's death and everything that has been connected to it. And he wonders maybe if Navi is dead. And maybe that's why. There is... I forget where I heard the rumor or the... Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Trying to remember these notes. Trying to remember, there was a theory that basically... If you deposit rupees, then turn to try. Well, that's why you deposit the rupees. So if I go over there right now, it will tell me. He will tell me how many rupees I have, and I can withdraw as much as I want up to the capacity of my wallet. That's the whole reason to have the bank in the first place, is so that you can get funds whenever you need them, as long as you've saved them, regardless of whether or not you've turned back time. Well, of course it makes zero sense. But this is the wonders of time travel. Nothing about this game makes sense. That's... I wouldn't say that's besides the point, but at the same time, it's... This is where you get into the complexities of game mechanics versus actual... story, I guess? Yeah, story. That's one of the reasons why when you start getting into time travel as a story mechanic, you constantly are running the risk and the inevitability of logical fallacies. Because there's no good way to deal with the fact that there are multiple timelines intermingling with each other. How in the world does Link both have the masks and and yet somehow the bosses are still there and I have to kill them again, but I already have the remains. None of this makes sense, is my point. Absolutely none of this makes sense, and it's never going to make sense, and we shouldn't be worrying too much about it. And that's one of the reasons why I have been trying to craft this story the way that I've had, in order to mitigate the effects of time travel as much as possible. There's no way to effectually do it, because it's a core aspect of the game, this whole Groundhog Day-esque situation. But if you can at least mitigate the damage, you can tell a more cohesive story without causing too much wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey shenanigans from destroying your suspension of disbelief. That's why I've been trying to do every single section as its own contained story without needing to jump back to one place or jump back to another place in order to get something that was actually in the past, but now we need it in the future, and because it's a mess. And that's... It doesn't fit cleanly, narratively speaking. Yeah, which is why I'm not even broaching the subject, if you will. Because it's a game mechanic for Link to have rupees. It's not necessary for the story that we're trying to tell. God darn it. Okay, so... Wow, the Bombchu respawned. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to pause here for a second so I can reset the scene, because we got just a little bit off track on the with the whole bank thing. So another day, another cycle has been reset, and Link is still feeling melancholy. He is still grappling with death, and maybe Navi is dead. What's the point of this search anymore? Is there really anything that can be done with this? He's still going to try and save Termina because, oh my gosh, horrible thing. Hero's got to do what a hero's got to do. But as far as his personal motivation is concerned, he's depressed, basically. We are very near the low point of Link's personal arc here. And so, left without anything to really motivate him otherwise, it's like, well, there's only one left. Let's get this over with, and then I can get out of here. And Tatl may even bring up the question of, what will you do when you leave? And Link says something to the effect of, I don't know. Does it really matter? I just realized I have, no supplies, and I should get some supplies before we go into this, because at the very least, I need I need arrows. So I should get some. Oh, well, that was easy. I have arrows. Ten should be fine. So, Link is lost in thought as he and Tatl begin to make their way into the canyon. And it's as he is lost in thought that he actually runs into something. Just the oof, fall over, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. And actually, the person that he runs into is not upset. He is excited. Oh my gosh. You're the first person who's ever spoken to me. Now, our soldier here says that he's been here for a lot of years, waving around and asking for help, and everyone ignores him. I don't think that that makes that much sense. Instead of him being here for a whole bunch of years, he is either a town militia or a private investigator. Regardless, this person was the person initially sent by Vysen to try and find Cafe. This is, again, a Link tying, or at the very least reminding Link about the contract that he sets to go find Cafe that he kind of forgotten, because he had cow things and ocean things that completely just it slipped his mind, and then he realized, oh, Cafe, that's right, the missing person. And the man's investigations has not gotten him very far. He has not had much information trying to find him, but he was able to find a connection between Cafe and the notorious thief, Sakan. And so he's trying to follow up on this con lead to see if maybe he can find some kind of clue at that point as to finding Cafe. If he can capture Sakan, then awesome. He has been a notorious thief, a big pain, and great to bring him in, but first and foremost, his job was to find Cafe. And so Link is able to get a little bit of information from this man about... Oh, crap. I need to go, Grit. Dang it, Shiro! Fine. Make me go get stuff. This would not happen. Link would just be able to help him. Maybe he's not in need of medicine, but he is rather in the need for, well, food and water. Kind of like you said. So perhaps, maybe Sakan got the jump on him and he's injured in some fashion. And so because he is injured, also, by the way, 238, I would like to say hello and welcome. Nice to hear from you. Nice to have you here.
Hi.
Shiro would mention that basically he's giving Link the rundown on what information he has in regards to his investigation. He's probably just, he's either mildly delirious and is just kind of saying this stuff, or he is, or Link is trying to get him to talk as a means of, like, stay with me, I'm gonna take care of you, you're gonna be fine, tell me about what's going on, kind of as a way to keep him conscious and whatnot. And so because of that, Shiro would inform Link as to why, for example, why Madame Aroma would... like the whole situation with Cafe. Why Madame Aroma is so intent on finding her son. Why he didn't just, like, leave home because he's supposed to be, like, a grown adult. And he learns a little bit about the fact that he was engaged. There we go. There we go. All right. The discussion of a lost man, what seems to be a lost and broken betrothal. It's not... It sounds like a broken promise. And Link is, once again, reminded of Navi. And, again, he's not in a very good emotional state right now. And so the situation does not really embolden him, as it were, to action, to like, oh, let's go find Cafe. It's just one more horrible thing that's going on in the world. Broken promises, broken dreams. What is life? Why is this my lot? Why couldn't I stay in the future? All of that stuff is basically rushing back to him. And it's while he's thinking these thoughts, probably muttering them to himself out loud or anything. He has made sure that Shiro is recovered and that he's making his way back to town, but he is still very internally struggling. And it's at that point that he hears from above, "What are you doing in a place like this? You seem to have an air of the ones... Well, maybe not the ones, but of an air of despair. Troubles and regrets, much like the spirits beyond here in Ikana Hill." So, basically trying to draw Link's depressed emotional state and drawing a parallel then between his regrets and his sorrow and the twisted sorrow turns to anger and cursed rage in the kingdom beyond. While this one talks about searching of one who can save them, I think it would be better if we emphasized the fact that Link is reminiscent of those spirits. And so the conversation is fairly one-sided and fairly cryptic, and no real explanation is given. Instead of having just a big wall here that, oh, you need the mask in order to get to this thing. No, it's more of there is a single path that Link needs to tread, and the initial discovery or the initial words that the hooded man gives him is something along the lines of, ow. Maybe you need to join them, or something about the kinship and how there's a sense of familiarity, belonging. Link is not entirely certain what to make of it. I don't think that Dampé would necessarily be here, or whoever is... Well, no, maybe not entirely sure, because Link does need to learn a little bit about Ikana Castle, and a little bit about what happened here. And so, it wouldn't be Dompe, obviously, because we already had that discussion. We're not using repeat characters, but the Gravekeeper here, or at the very least, the caretaker, is taking care of this place. He's the only person around, and he talks a little bit about his job. Link is still very internal at the moment, so Tatl has to basically take charge of the situation and talk to the Gravekeeper. And so he talks a little bit about Ikana's cursed history. Much like Hyrule's cursed history, we don't need to get into all the details, but basically this was a kingdom that was... It basically devoured itself through political intrigue, betrayal, and just tore itself apart as greed and unforgiven grudges just festered in the hearts of its people and especially its ruling class. And so talking about... Oh, would you go away? Get back here. I'm trying to have spooky music go on here, and you're here with all of your combat music. No, get back here. Thank you. Unnecessary. I don't think that the conversation would necessarily create a realization or anything within Link. Not yet, because this does need to be something that is developed over the course of this arc of the story. However, Tatl is trying to get that message across, and it's not going very well. So after Link and Tatl leave the Gravekeeper, and they're talking, they basically get into an argument. Link and Tatl get into an argument as Tatl is trying to get Link out of his funk. Because still, Link has not been completely forthcoming as to why he's here and who he's searching for, and why it means so much to him. And it's in the midst of that argument where it's not the ocarina that wakes up the skeleton, it's the argument. Either Tatl is bouncing around and hits it, or probably more likely, Link is like trying to swat Tatl, because that's how heated the argument gets. And suddenly he comes out. It is not a race. There's nothing on that front. It is it's an immediate combat. And during that combat, the Captain Kita is yelling things about perhaps the battle in which he fell. Who dares to... No, this is not the Cave of Wonders. No, he's basically like in the midst of the memories of the battle in which he had fallen. And he's like yelling commands to his soldiers. He is cursing the names of maybe the king or maybe his commanding officer, someone who basically purposefully led Captain Kita and his squadron to an ignominious death. He was set up. And so it is... Link is first fighting out of a sense of just survival, but then it becomes there's more going on here. He's obviously in a, like, he needs to snap out of it. And so eventually Link turns from combat to kill to fight to, like, pull yourself together type of deal. And it is after he is successful that then the story is told. I'm shamed by loss in a battle. I much prefer that he was betrayed. This entire kingdom needs to have basically torn itself apart. And so being betrayed from the inside in so many different directions just sounds like it should be the theme here. And so instead of I'm here because of shame, no, I am here because my rage will not did not die. I was consumed by it as I was dying. But Link was able to snap him out of it, as it were. At least get some words across. It might even be Tatl who first realizes it and tells Link, but regardless of the fact, Kita would look around and realize how long it's been, how destroyed everything is, and realizing what happened to the kingdom. The entire kingdom must have torn itself apart. He did not witness it because he was sent off to his death. But he probably understood it. And especially now as he sees everything in ruins, it has indeed come to pass. But he also realizes that his troops must therefore still be in the same state. But Kita is ashamed because he feels like he let his squadron down. He can't face them himself. And so instead, he asks Link to do it for him. Captain, sir! May I take leave, sir? There's a hesitation here. Link's not sure he can or should, but there's something about the dedication in the captain's eyes. That he does it and accepts. And so, Link is willing to do it. Yay! So with that, the challenge here is, well, do we meet with Flat now, which means we have to wait until nightfall, or do we continue onward and deal with it later? My initial reaction says we should probably... I should wait on that, so I can quickly get back here. It should probably wait. I'm gonna say it should wait. If for no other reason, then... this is definitely a good spot for our ghost man to show up again. We have this to get us up onto the ledge and onto the next thing, but no, the discussion here would be about Captain Kita. The man is getting... Oh, yeah, real bomb-poos are very much a choice. I don't like the... My annoyance is the fact that we're listening to battle music right now, and I don't want to be listening to battle music right now. There is a bit of a discussion about Captain Kita and a little bit more of the history that Kita would not have been aware of, and yet inexplicably this ghostly man does. But this thing looks so creepy. But the major thing that the man talks about is the other spirits and the other voices and lingering regrets that exist around here. It's a place that attracts those with dark hearts, dark intentions, and lingering regrets. In there is a warning about the spirits that linger, and basically getting our first warning or reference to the Garo, who Link will be meeting very shortly. And in fact, that does happen as Link is coming into the Ikana region. He sees the water, the canyon, the cliff, and the first battle takes place. He doesn't necessarily get a whole lot of information about this one because there's a short fight, but then when it looks like Link is getting the upper hand, he vanishes. There are some hints and some cryptic references, as it were, to Ikana and what information that particular Garo was looking for. Because the Garo was basically the elite assassination and intelligence force, kind of like a dark version of the Sheikah in Hyrule, which I would imagine the Sheikah were pretty dark themselves during Hyrule's dark time, but that's some theorizing. We don't have proof of that. Regardless, the Garo definitely were doing those things, and so even in death, these Garo are looking for political advantages, secrets, enemies of the crown. And... oh, does it now? I did not know that, because I never had the 3D remake version. Now I'm curious. Oh, does it look like the Garo leader? I don't want that. Get out of here. Okay, that's cool. And I think that makes somebody... yeah, because it says master you called. So they would think that it's their master, and it's not. It's like, oh my gosh, attack! That makes sense. I think that's a good change, design change that they made there. For our purposes, it's almost as if Link doesn't have the mask at all. Perhaps the Garo are attracted by the mask itself, but Link doesn't have to necessarily wear it in order for them to show up. because it is something that Link is going to have to be dealing with. At the very least, Link learns from that Garo that he is looking for He's looking for thieves, assassins, enemies of the crown, and it is while Link and Tatl are pondering that a overly cheerful and familiar voice comes up from behind them. And that is when Link turns and sees Sakan. Link knows who he is, obviously. Sakan hasn't gotten to town yet this cycle, so he doesn't recognize Link for any reason whatsoever. And so there is a, what are you doing here, Mike? What are you doing here, my good fellow? This is hardly a place for someone to be wandering about on an innocent stroll. Link is very young, so Sakan might, like, did you lose your mommy kind of deal, but he does see the sword. So Sakan is trying to play the, oh, what's the, you know, that creepy uncle type of vibe where he's like trying to be really nice, but everything about him just screams out sleaze and distrust. It's that kind of thing. Link is loath to actually kill the guy, but he already obviously knows the things that Sakan is on about, so he doesn't trust him as far as he can throw him. He does bring up the parent and child, which makes me wonder if maybe he first asks if maybe he is a child related to the two that live on the other side of the river. An odd pair they are, supposedly researching not necessarily researching ghosts, but the father at the very least was researching Ikana as like an ancient nation, maybe like as an archaeologist or something like that. And he hasn't seen them in quite a while, which is very interesting. So at first he's like, did you come from across the river? Is that your father? Another child that maybe I missed? I keep a close watch on this place, you know. Just in case people are coming by, you know. I want to make sure that everyone is doing well and aren't accosted by any ill-intended individuals, shall we say. Did I mention that as one nice sword? I mean, he's trying to, of course, schmooze talk it, and he's getting closer and closer, and Link is trying to not let him, but he's kind of running out of room behind him, and Link is getting ready to actually draw it when Tatl interferes, as it were. And Link and Tatl take the opportunity to make a run for it. It becomes fairly clear that Sakan is not giving any kind of chase. If anything, if they look back, they see Sakan basically kind of recover from being startled and then head in the direction of Clocktown. And Tatl and Link realize he must be headed into town so he can do his thievery tonight. Okay, I wanted to grab that because I need to go and buy a powder keg. there is something I want to do. So we're going to detour from the story for a little bit. I do want footage of the ranch saved and getting Romani and Cremia as they are about to face the end. Because we can do that now. Because we're going to need at least one more, probably actually two more. A couple more cycles, as it were, to be able to get all of the things, and this one is not it, so we have the time and the opportunity to do so. So we'll get this taken care of. I should not have done that. I should have done this. Why did I take it off again? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me, I ask? A lot of things, but that's besides the point. Alright. So, do this again. They are coming again. Can we skip this? I don't think we can skip it. Oh, well, we can skip the text at least. I'm trying to think how many Garo Link should be dealing with. Alright, here we go. Gotta do this again. It shouldn't take very long. Hopefully. Unless I suck! Good. Ah, darn it! Am I missing one? Oh, no. It's over there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so there's that taken care of. Now I need to go get another powder keg. Because I will need that later. And then we can get back to the story. I'm trying to decide how many Garo we need to encounter. It's a pretty easy Garo Ex Machina, basically. Be like, oh, how are we getting to the next thing? Well, a Garo shows up and gives us a hint. Little overly simple, but, well, I'll keep it in mind. Convenient hint is convenient hint, I guess. Go. How am I doing on... Okay, that's fine. Back to the story. They make it to the other side of the river. And the two things that they see immediately are, well, they see kind of the remains of the castle, the stone tower, and the music box hut. It is as they are... They go to the music box hut first because it's the closest, but as they do so, they see that there is... Well, they see it. Actually, you know what? They probably don't see it first. What they do is they try and go to the... They try and go to the door first. They go to the door first. They don't see any of the Gibdo. But when they knock on the door, they get this response. And wait, what's going on? Then they see the Gibdo. And then it's, oh my freaking gosh, what's going on? Some of the Gibdo do chase them. And they run, because obvious, they run. And, I mean, it's, think of your typical zombie apocalypse kind of deal. They run. They run into a whole bunch of them, like all over the place, and they finally find refuge in a cave. And as while they're breathing and trying to catch their breath, they actually hear notes of the music first. And then, what business have you in Ikana Kingdom? Land where only the dead roam. This would not necessarily be sharp and flat, though obviously they are holding the same kind of roles. At least it feels like it's these kinds of roles. Instead of it being like music that they're doing, they may just be like high-ranking officials. Sharp and flat were both definitely involved in that high-level political intrigue stuff that we were referencing earlier that led to the downfall of the kingdom. And so the notes are definitely there. Maybe not necessarily as music, but maybe like the sickly, sweet kind of haunting melody that's not necessarily connected with anything. Because he's not necessarily a composer in this case, but at the very least, it is... This is a wellspring of hatred and death. Which, as frustrated and as dark as Link's current disposition is, it has an effect on him. And it's haunting, it's tempting, is what it is. And Tatl has to smack him, push him out, and again is kind of fighting Link to get him to get a hold of himself. And once again, Link, what is wrong with you? What happened to references this cool stuff that Link has done? Now you're just acting like you don't even know what's going on. It's like you wanted to be, and Link is, it catches like, wait, I did want that. Why did I want that? That is when our hooded man shows up again and kind of chides Link for not understanding what it means to be surrounded by a land so stained with darkness, drenched in blood. Even now, a place where troubled, regretful spirits gather. dang it. I don't have the money. I need to do this. I need to have this as part of the next thing that we're doing. Let me go get some money. Money! I could get bank money. I guess I'll get bank money because it's right here. It's easy to do. Let's grab 50. Oh, wait. Let's go 51. Just in case for some reason I lose it and I need to... Oh, sorry. I needed to... This is not taking as little time as I was planning. There we go. Let's try that again. My gosh. I know how this game works. Don't worry about it. Okay, so back to where we were. Not like that, we're not. Okay. Let's try this again. Oh, do I have... Oh, I have, like, no deciments. Alright, I guess I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Alright, so the purpose of this encounter is not so much to have Link fight stuff, but instead the idea is to basically learn about Ikana's history, about some of the tortured souls that live in this place. Because not all of them are here because of lingering rage. They are here because of regrets. Here's you. And there's you. Dang it. I don't know which one it was. Seriously? Wow, I failed. A lot easier when I had a larger range. There we go. Of course, it would help if the camera wasn't putting me right next to the... Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, come on! There. Man, I don't have time for this now. There we go. Learning about the ghosts that live in... that have lived and suffered because of all of this is not something that takes place in just a hut. Link has to travel from place to place to learn about these souls. Okay. I believe that is basically everything. The only other thing I could potentially do right now to while away the time, which I could do, I think I'm going to, is to go and get a whole bunch of land deeds so I can get a bunch of heart pieces. We can't do anything until nightfall anyway. I doubt this is going to take even that much time. So... what's the... 5, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Ba 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 ba. What kind of stories could the ghost witches ladies, just the spirits? It's not even necessarily has to be like ghostly looking spirits. It could just be the spirits of the dead. There's a lot of ways you can split up that kind of information in order to just talk about all the kinds of things, just different points of view regarding what the... oh, that's right. Just... no! No, 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 no. Press the wrong button. Thank you. The things that happened that ended their downfall. So we're talking military incursions, we're talking assassinations, we're talking betrayal. Depending on how dark you want to get, we can go with child spies, all kinds of stuff. Okay. Yeah, this is not going to take any time at all. The longest amount of time, really, is just the teleportation sequence. And waiting for the Deku people to leave their flowers. R. That to you. Thank you. And then eventually all of those discussions going from place to place and seeing what is actually going on here, it has a couple of different effects. Hey. There we go. And here. One of the effects it has is that it gives further context to everything that is going on, which is good to have. But it also pulls Link just a little bit out of the funk that he's been in. Here we are. He's starting to get at least a little bit of an idea of, well, not even that. I was about to say he's getting the idea of what this kind of stuff can do to a person, but no, it's more he is thinking in terms of helping these other people. Basically getting outside of himself. Go. We need to go to the mountains now. Heart pieces, yay, yay, yay. Heart pieces, yay, yay, yay. So many of them. That's what happens when you only have 5 dungeons and you need to fill up 20 hearts. Actually, you know what? This would be even faster. Oh yeah, so much faster. Woohoo! Okay. Go. And there you go. Here you go. All of these deeds. One good deed deserves another. Something like that. Come on, let me thank you. And we continue onward. To the Cape. Pew! Okay. I need you. Because for some odd reason, the Deku Scrub thought it'd be a great idea to set up shop in Lulu's dressing room. And they call this guy a creep. I mean, he kind of is, but still. We did not go through the hassle of reading Lulu's... Not hassle, but... the process of reading Lulu's journal. Didn't need to. Just pointing that out. Here we are. One at a time, one at a time. At least this one leaves rather quickly. This room isn't very large. Go. And finally, back to the canyon. I was amazed when I discovered that there are people who cannot roll their tongue. Woohoo! Make my life go faster. Here we are! Oh, not that. Are. And there you are. Thank you. Thank you, Daisy. Alrighty. There we go. I was planning on warping and then jumping down. I figured this might actually be faster. Okay, I think that's everything that we can / need to do, so... we can... head to the graveyard. And proceed to nighttime. The learning of what had happened in the past in the kingdom with the ghosts and all of those things eventually lead Link to hearing the sounds of a military formation. And so Link gets to finally meet Kita's squadron. Platoon. They don't have an air force, so it's not a squadron. Anywho. And this is the... Link has been interacting with all of these ghosts thus far, and thus he interacts with these soldiers as well. And they don't recognize him as Captain Kita, but they do recognize that the mask basically serves as like a messenger or someone of note that needs to be paid attention to. He wants to deliver a message from Captain Kita, so that is the stuff that they recognize at this point. And so he basically gives them the report from Captain Kita regarding his regrets, his desire for his men to be given an honorable discharge, the war is over, that kind of stuff. And so I don't necessarily think that they would have to, like, oh, awesome, and then they all fall apart like Captain Kita did. But maybe there's a preparation period. Like, they're gathering their stuff, even if their stuff is all completely worn and rotten away, moth-eaten mementos, personal effects, that kind of stuff. But a few of them do approach him and say, "Sir, we cannot leave just yet. We are harboring a fugitive from political intrigue or whatnot. We can't leave until we are certain he is safe." It's like their final order, as it were. And so Link is led, basically, to a kind of like an audience chamber, a tent of some kind, something to something where basically our other, not necessarily political prisoner, but a political refugee is hiding. All that for 50 rupees, huh? There we go. And it is there that Link would meet with our prisoner. This would not be part of our our meeting. Ow. There we go. Goodbye. And this is where Link meets our other political figure here, and the tale of the conflict between, well, we'll use the names here, Flat and Sharp, even if we use different names for the actual story, so to avoid confusion with the Ocarina of Time brothers. The details of the betrayal and the assassination attempts, etc., are told basically to Link, and Flat here he's pained, he agonizes over what has occurred, but he has been trapped here for so long that he recognizes that he can't hold on to this any longer. Something about seeing Link, I think. He recognizes and says that he recognizes the look of someone who's been betrayed, who feels betrayed. Basically urging Link to let go of that. And he wants his brother to be given release as well. And so, not given a song, especially not a song that Link already knows, but either a letter or a family memento, something along those lines to pass along the message that I have given up our useless feud. I still love you. I forgive you. Let go of your anger as I have done mine. And so with that message, that plea and that request, Link is... He hasn't learned it yet, but he's starting to. And at the very least, it is a request that Link can very easily grant. And so he and Tatl then return to where Sharp has taken residence. When they return, Sharp is as haughty and as hateful as he was before. And the miasma, the dark energy, and the whatnot is still there. It is still sucking at Link's life force. It does feel somewhat tempting, but Link basically grabbing onto that letter, that memento or whatever, he is able to give it to Sharp, and there is, much like here, a sudden coming to terms and an understanding of what has happened, what he's done. And so the cursed energy leaves, the water rises, and this next cutscene plays rather much like it does. Which takes a little while, so need to go get a snack or something. Now's your chance. At least the song is catchy. The moaning Gibdo, maybe not so much. Click. The conversation here also runs pretty consistently, I would say. We dead should not be lingering here in this land. I don't know how much of this would be a trick of the masked one. Obviously, that's a through line here. The Skull Kid definitely threw open the doors of the stone tower, or at the very least caused it to happen. Because these ghosts have been dealing with this lingering regret for a long time. The only thing the Skull Kid would have done would have been exacerbated the situation. So they've always been here, but now it's been amplified to an extent. And so Sharp here would then ask Link to not go to the temple. There would be maybe a little bit of information here to, at the very least, suggest that it's gotten a lot worse. I usually just sit here and, nurture my hatred, but for some reason everything just kind of exploded. And he imagines then that the king feels the same way. If you did this for me, surely you can calm the king's rage, and perhaps he will be able to find a resolution to this problem. Hence. Also, why is he the only one who knows the way to the temple? If he knows the way into the temple, he should not have to direct me to the king. He could just take me to the temple. But that's besides the point. Regardless, the request is to go see the king. How do I get there? Ah, the way is locked tight. You will need to find another way in. And so, of course, well, how am I supposed to do that? But that's a question that Link and Tatl have to answer for themselves. It's after they leave that they notice the girl. Link tries to go and approach her, but she runs off. They would try to do a little bit more espionage, or at least looking around, trying to... At first, Link tries to, like, knock on the door, convince her that everything is fine. There's no affirmative response. But either Link listening in or Tatl flying around and listening in can tell that the girl is trying to... She's prepping for something, but she is also trying to... what's the word? She keeps referencing Daddy. And that Daddy's gonna be okay. I'm going to fix this, Daddy. Something along those lines. I need to start really keeping an eye on the timer here. Because I need to be back by, what was it, 2 o'clock? 1:30? 2:30. I'm only speeding up the time now because we need her to get out the door. She comes out once every, I think it's like every couple of hours, which is a couple of minutes our time, regardless. It's plenty of time for us to be able to do what we need to do. But we need to get her out, and then we can slow the clock back down. There we go. So the conclusion that they come to is that... Oh, wait. I need the right version. Ollie's making scratching noises. Give me 1 second. He's begging for food, which I already fed him. Anywho. So, Tatl will basically give Link a signal to be like, okay, she's heading out, she's heading out. And so once they know that she has let out, Link would come in. And they're looking around, and they're looking for a sick man. Because, obviously, sick man. That's what automatic conclusion that they would reach. And after a little bit of searching, obviously we have the jump scare. There would be a little bit of a chase scene that would happen here. We can't let it go on for too long, because if it goes on for, like, even enough, like if we go to, like, attack him or he gets too close to us, the daughter will show up and interrupt the whole thing. It's kind of nice to get that. I'm not bothering with that footage right now because it doesn't work with our story. There would be a little bit of running around. Link is getting ready to fight, but he sees, obviously, that he... I'm saying obviously. He sees that it looks very different. Someone who is pained and in great distress, even if it obviously looks like a monster of some kind. It is a cursed object. And this definitely plays as it plays here. I think it's really... Understanding what has happened, Link would, of course, take the cursed mask and get it out of his possession. We are required to leave as part of the gameplay, but I think what would happen actually is a thank you, obviously, and a getting to know what they're doing here and why. And this is how we learn that he's originally here researching the history of Ikana, which, of course, brings him to discuss the things about the ghosts and the Gibdo and everything that is connected to that. And so it is through talking with them, maybe like having a late meal together or something to that extent, that Link and Tatl learn of the hidden passageway out of the castle. And so by acting on her Pamela's father's information, they track down the location of the place. You need 5 of them? Oh, good grief. So you need those. What do you need? A blue potion. Okay. Well, I know where I can get both of those things, so that's nice. What is my... money situation? Ollie's looking at me expectantly again. No! I already gave you food. Okay, I need 5 from you. I hate that I have to buy them individually, but... But this is what we gotta do. That's 3. 4. 5. Double checking. 5. Good. Now I gotta go get that blue potion. Which is here. Ta-da! The passageways underneath to the castle are obviously very Gibdo-filled. I'm wondering what kind of events may need to take place there. Ah, thank you. Thank you. And off we go again. Okay, I need to keep an eye on the clock. Eye on the clock. 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, I need to drop what I'm doing and head back to the ranch. Maybe... You know what? I think down here is the best opportunity for Link to finally start coming clean to Tatl about his... His quest, his journey, his missing of Navi, his wondering where she is, why she left him. All of those things. Because of everything that has happened thus far, Link is starting to recognize the... Knack. The dangers, as it were, of keeping these regrets and this pain and everything. The worst possible timing. The risk of keeping such pains, fears, and regrets bottled up inside. Oh, oops. Keep that. Ten of them? Oh, perfect. Here you go. Do not remember where everything is. Sir? Want bombs. The nice thing is that the way this place is set up, nearly everything down here you can get while you are down here. For example, this thing. It's an emotional conversation, of course, and Link, he feels better after having it, but at the same time, nothing's actually been resolved as of yet. And so, though Link and Tatl are on better terms with each other at this point, he doesn't... Basically, the problem is not resolved as of yet. Which is important because that lack of resolution is what's going to lead to him being able to utilize the Elegy of Emptiness later. Oh, seriously? You want hot spring water. Interesting. I believe I need bugs for something. So I will grab some. Darn. You want a fish, which I don't have. Go find a fish. I know there's a couple of treasure chests down here, and I don't know if either of them have a heart piece attached to them. Which is, honestly, is fine. I just have to deal with that later. Here we go, fish. So I'm not going to worry too much about getting all of the stuff down here. We're worried about the story. I'll worry about being a completionist later. Thank you. It's only one Deku Nut each? What the heck? That seems weird. Well, I have 10 now. What do you want? Oh, here we go. You want bug. Have a bug. Why does it sound like danger? That's why. I'm guessing this is not a piece of heart because it's just a normal treasure chest. But hey, 50 rupees. That's kind of nice. There's our big ghost. I knew I needed that. Okay. curious as to... More bugs. Ooh, and bombs. Thank you. Okay. Okay, this is the way out. You want milk? I don't have milk. Okay, so I need milk. I can always get milk from one of the cows if I need to. But I thought I got a map for this place. I don't have a map for this place. Didn't I buy a map for the stone tower? That's right. You want that. Where am I? Oh, okay. That's where the ghost is, or was, I should say. Yeah, there is a cow down here. I just have to remember where it is. I'm getting slightly turned around. That's just regular water. Guess maybe I will find that treasure chest. Oh, that's right. I never went over here. Let's see what you all want. What do you all want? You want a fish. Okay. What do you want? You just want water. I can do both of those things. Because they're both literally right here. Makes it really easy. Excuse you. No, no, no. That is not what I wanted. Good grief. First you have a fish. Okay, there's our hot water. More fish. I'm gonna come back to that. Okay, this one has 4 torches. I'm very curious. Oh, perfect! I was right to grab that bug. Here you go. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to need one. It would be crazy if I did, but... excuse? Health, please. Thank you. Crazy. I have a lot of time left. What do you want? You also want bugs. Okay. That's fine. I believe there's bugs in here. Totally are. Come here, you. I'm gonna be cutting this close. Okay. Dude, where is my cow? Invisible chest. Money doesn't have what I actually need. Okay, so in other words, I need the hot water to get access to the ow. Oh my gosh. What time is it? Okay. I've gotten the treasure chests that are in here, and I'm about to just jump over to the ranch. So I think we can we'll just go. We can just go. I've discovered everything that really needs to be discovered here. I can get milk at the ranch. We'll be fine. Side stuff. There's Romani. Perfect timing. Give me 1 second, Romani. I need to grab milk. Can I grab milk from in here? Yes, I can. Why did the cow make the noise? Don't do that! Okay. I also want to do the milk run with Cremia. Because I have never actually seen for myself Cremia hugging Link. So, that'd be cool to see. For myself instead of other people's footage. Here we go again! Wait, where is my... There we go! It was my fault! Suddenly everything makes sense. Whoa. Okay. 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 Crap, crap, crap! Just a little longer. There we go. Okay. Woo! That's always a little tense no matter what. They never stop. Slow things down again. We've already got our milk. There we go. I swear I play it correctly, and it just doesn't register for some reason. Okay. I don't know if I have to talk to them in order to trigger it, but I'm talking to them in order to make sure I trigger it. There. Okay. Oh, you know what? I probably need to do this outside. See? I totally played it right. I don't know why it's saying I didn't. Frustration. Alright. Okay. Now we have a full day ahead of us. Whoa! Hey! What the? Camera got funky. See? Camera got funky again. That was weird. Alright. So much better. Look at this. Look how I can see the map. If only I had thought to actually press the map button, this would have been a lot easier. Go figure. Much better. Okay. I'm not a fan of this mirror shield for obvious reasons. Kind of creepy. I wouldn't necessarily have this being a particular plot point. I've noticed for the most part, I have not discussed item acquisition as a feature in this adventure. Aside from the masks, which are the major thing, I feel like Link, for the most part, kind of already has his repertoire. The story is much less about dungeoneering than it is about personal regret and trauma. So I'd say it kind of works out to not actually have the discussion of, oh, this is where he gets his hook shot. So, Link and Tatl have had their conversation. Link is still feeling very depressed, but at least he is more willing to go on than he was. And with that, they emerge from the hidden passage to the ancient castle of Ikana. The castle is full of many different kinds of spirits. So there would be opportunities or instances, shall we say, for... Dang it. That's what I need. For Link to run into at least a couple more Garo. And this would give Link an idea as to the multiple assassination plots that are or have been set against the king, which gives a bit of an explanation as to why he is so... I think I need to go left first. I'm low on magic. I would like magic, please. That's not magic, that's money! Why won't you people give me your lives are a waste of my life. Thank you. How hard is this? I don't trust the time frame on the thing, so I'm going to be extra cautious. There's not too much, I think, additional detail that necessarily needs to be brought into all of this. Those guys are the worst. First bubbles? Ugh. I need that one. Could we not? Could we not, please? Thank you. There's that one. And then we're gonna jump back so we can grab that piece of heart. I would really like more arrows. Just made the mistake of rolling too far. Thank you. Nice. Ow. I wonder what other kinds of rumors and whispers would abound as they're going through this place, because obviously the paranoia is involved. There would be talk about his the only two knights that he trusts. Got him. Yeah, I'm saying no to all of you. Thank you for all of the money, though. They're not doing anybody any harm. I'll leave them alone. Another whiz robe! At least I assume that's what this guy is. I forget. Seriously? Okay, you know what? I'm doing this the other way. I don't have enough arrows for this otherwise. Ow, what the? There we go. Bye! Get out of my life. Instead of blasting through... Oh, crap! Crap, crap, crap! Oh! 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 I forgot about that. Oh, that could have been a problem. I'm gonna go now. Anyways, where was I? Yes. Basically, they're looking for a way to get into the... into the throne room where the king is. So they're looking all over the place. They're not finding anything. They go up onto the roof, and instead of us blasting a hole and going down that way, instead, they would literally crash down into the throne room itself. It's more comedic that way. Now, there is an Easter egg if you go through this, and if you're wearing Skullkita's mask the entire time, when the knight comes out, he's like, wait, Skullkita? You're so tiny! It's hilarious. I'm not doing it for this one, because I want the conflict to be played a little bit more straight. He's not accusing Link of, like, the light that is shown before you. No, this is an assassin. Obviously, you've crash-landed into this place. You're trying to kill me. Not gonna happen. I have prepared. My closest knights are here. Etc. There's absolutely no reasoning with them. Out of curiosity. Oh, okay. Just nice. This would go on initially as a, wait, they won't die! Why won't they die? Kind of deal. And so after a little while, I don't know if Link would necessarily need to, because it almost looks like an accident, if you think about it. The way it's just like, wait, what? Oh, light! Oh! That kind of deal. So, I think the curtains, instead of shining up there at the top, would need to come down practically by accident. God dang it. It's too close. It's too far away. And so it would, yeah, so it'd have to be by accident. And when they come by accident, that is when the two knights here begin to start bickering with each other. And it is through taking advantage of both the light and the bickering that Link is able to take both of those knights out. Obviously, this is where the big guy comes in. Straw Hut, hello! Welcome in! Welcome to Majora's Mask Storytelling Edition, where I am trying to... Oh, no, please don't do that. Please don't do that. I hate that. Can I shoot you? Oh, please. No, no! Fine, I'll take that. I'm fine with that. Ugh. Gosh. Oh, I don't need that. Not again. Can I shoot you? I've never tried shooting you before. Maybe I can shoot you. Nope, I cannot shoot you. I feel like I should be able to shoot you. This makes little sense. Ow. Ow. Good morning to you, sir. I guess he doesn't want to come and get lit up. There we go. My gosh. I wonder if there would be some kind of discussion happening mid-fight between the king and Link, as the Link is asserting like he's trying to assassinate him, and Link is like, no, that's not the case. some kind of argument there where Link is asserting his intentions and it's not really working. And that would get into the king seeing like the depression, the regret and whatnot in his heart. So how is he not unlike the king and all of this? So obviously he's involved in all of it. Everyone's very blind to what is going on. Obviously, we have to have this bickering continue on after they've been defeated, which is great. Feeble! Feeble, 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 feeble.
Don't look at me. I was what's called the best swordsman in all of Ikana.
The greatest swordsman out of Ikana? You? Feeble!
Draw your weapon!
Huh?
I'm telling you to draw your sword!
How?
Will you stop, you fools? Haven't you begun to understand?
After being defeated, finally, the king is coming to his senses. At least to a certain degree. To understand.
Kingdom being ruined and us left in this state. Isn't it petty little battles like this that caused it?
The king, being at the center of all of it, understands and witnessed how the petty little squabbles, the vying for position, jockeying for authority and favor, led to the disillusion and the collapse and the civil war that destroyed Ikana. After dismissing his two soldiers, his two knights, the king then turns to Link. Forgiving failure, trusting in your friends. Link is trying to finally get his point across that he is trying to help. Like, this is what I've been trying to tell you. We're trying to... I appreciate your efforts, young man. Though I wonder if one holding such conflicted feelings as you has what it takes to deal with the evil that is coming from the stone tower. And Link kind of catches himself because, well, he knows that. He's been feeling that. The frustrations and the pain that he has just recently expressed to Tatl is still lingering. And so the text talks about the light that Link carries, but we're approaching this from a different direction, with Link's conflicted feelings allowed him to at least understand what the trapped souls here were going through. The king mourns the arrival of true light when the tower was in its prime position and the deity that resided within it brought blessing and glory to the land, as it were. He misses those days of light and hopes perhaps they can one day be returned. And Link is... he's regretful. He's ashamed, as it were, because he used to be able to be one to carry such light. But the events of Navi leaving and everything that has happened in Termina has not corrupted him, but has darkened that light, shaded it a little bit, if you will. And perhaps there is something that Link feels that he well, he doesn't feel that he needs to do. He knows there's something he needs to do in order to let that light shine again, but he is uncertain as to how he can do that. But the king says, well, perhaps shadow and light, being two sides of the same coin, can still aid you in your efforts. The stone towers are an impenetrable stronghold. Not even the greatest of my forces could topple it. It is far too reckless for one to take on such a challenge. However, the shadow that you hold, perhaps, can provide you a soldier who has no heart, who will not falter, even in the darkest of times. And so by channeling the frustration and the fear and the sorrow that Link has felt all of this time is both kind of healing, as it allows Link to actually address what he is feeling within him, which will take, of course, time over the course of the rest of the story, but it also is the trigger for creating these empty shells via the Elegy of Emptiness. And so with that final request, Link is still uncertain, but he, at the very least, has a direction, and perhaps... I can't believe I did this place first. A potential solution. Come on, let me leave. I want to leave, please. I can't go out the front door. I never opened it. You never gave me the chance to open it. So I have to go out this way. It's fine. It's just annoying. The passageway that... the trail, shall we say, that leads to the stone tower is very clearly marked. And I apologize now because this next process takes an eternity. It really does, and I hate it, but this is the life we live. And so we shall live it! Forever and ever and ever. Go. Oh, hi. You're here. Really hoping you'd give me some more bombs, but okay. It is indeed where the Ben drowned meme came from. I mean, to be fair, these things are freaking terrifying. I will say, though, that these shells that are being left behind do give a very interesting impression. Oh, the original video? So, back when I first made these with my ex-wife, I sped through this whole section in the edited video, and I used, oh, what's it called? It's Benny... Not Drowned Ben. It's an old-time... It was a music used in old-time comedy videos where there was no spoken comedy going on. It was all... Wait, what the... Oh! Dang it! What the... I made poor decisions. Yeah, yakety sax. That was it. Thank you. It was yakety sax. Old-timey stuff. Benny Hill! That was it! That was it! Yes! I thought Benny. I was like, no, it can't be Benny Hill. It can't be Benny anything. It can't. I was thinking of, we were just talking about Ben Drowned. It can't be Benny. We just talked about Ben Drowned. I mean, it's old school comedy. What's not to love? I understand what they did here. I wish they didn't make you do it a dozen times. Whoop. Don't do that again. Don't you dare do that again. It's not a matter of it being creepy, it's just annoying. I gotta play it so many times. The tune itself, I think, is actually really cool. You just get really tired of playing it so many times. Dun, dun. Oh, the stand-ins? Yes, the stand-ins are creepy. We all know they're creepy. I like them as a potential storytelling type of deal because there is a potential... Oh, not that. I want this. A good potential way to look at them is in terms of the... kind of the facades that they kind of portray. Like the Zora being... let's say the Goron in particular looking like a thing of strength. Trying to portray strength. The Link one with that just super shallow fake smile on his face. Dang it, I hate it when that happens. Just barely touch it and then get off of it in the same animation. Because in terms of our story that we're talking about, there's a lesson to be had there in terms of what happens when you push away the pain in your soul, as it were. You know, a nice mental health message. Which is honestly the story that we're telling here in terms of this game. Ah, dang it. I knew that was going to happen. And that is definitely something that Link and Tatl could talk about as they are montaging their way up, shall we say. Because there's no way that just flow-wise, pacing-wise, this... No! I hate you! I hate you so much! Why do you do this to me? The true foe was not the Skull Kid, the darkness that lay inside the dungeons, nor the moon. It was gravity. It was gravity the whole time! I really don't think not dying means much in this case. Just means I have to play this song more and more and more. So frustrating. One step at a time. Maybe I should grab the bunny hood again. Thank you. I was really hoping I could get through the first half of the dungeon before nightfall. Which is still on the table, but every time you fall, it just gets more and more... Ugh. Of course, looking at the time, we only have about a half hour before we usually end the stream, which... Ow. I don't remember which way I was supposed to go. I chose the wrong way. Bum, 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 bum. I know very little about sweet tea. I'm pretty sure I get the joke. I don't know. It requires knowledge about a lot of different things. I don't know. Sorry. I didn't find that one as funny. Okay. Let's try this again. Thank you. Should have been that easy to begin with. Crap ton of gold. Ah! Dude, I swear, if you knock me off. Thank you for not knocking me off! Gosh. Oh my gosh, stop it! Thank you. Safe! I'm safe! All right. We can go across now. Yes. Yes. Apparently it does. Should have thought of that sooner. Oh well. Too late. Like, very too late. Oh well. We have recorded the silly gameplay for posterity, I guess. One step at a time. Here we go. All right. Okay, we're gonna do the thing now. For the next, I don't know, 25 minutes or so. Getting this on now. Because I know what will happen otherwise. In we go! Oh my gosh! No, not you. Ow. It's entirely my fault. I grabbed the wrong one. The Stone Tower Temple is definitely the best temple in this game. And Link and Tatl would, of course, notice the upside-down nature of a lot of this place. And be very confused by it all. At this point, it is good that the two of them have developed a strong enough rapport to really work together, because it does take both of them to be able to get me anywhere. To get anywhere. Come on, get out of here. Thank you. There's no... So, for example, the treasure chest up there. Link can't get to it, and Tatl can't open it. We gotta play some more musics, because as if getting up here by itself wasn't annoying enough. And we have the big one. The discussion that they need to be having in here needs to be something that helps Link progress towards growth. So he can actually begin to truly heal. Which is hard, because I'm not a psychologist. Gotcha. I will need to drop the light down. Oh, good. I appreciate Tatl informing me about this. Apparently it has been so long that I don't remember all of the ins and outs of this temple. It's kind of nice. You. Oh. I was expecting a key. I was wrong. It's a map. I'm guessing that this isn't going to mean much. In fact, I don't know why I'm still doing it. Already got that thing up there, so it should be done here. Because I need a key. So if I need a key, there should be something down here that... Maybe I need to kill all these things. Never hurts to kill the thing. What an odd thing to remind you of a meme. there it is. There it is. Okay. The conundrum has been resolved. Anywho. Okay, I'll take a look at it later. Need a... Well, maybe not necessarily. Come on. Come on! There we go. That... No, it did not. Darn. Would have made my life a whole lot easier if it did. Coming all the way back for a fairy is frustrating and annoying. Also, really glad that I got that on one go. There we go, got it. Oh, you're... Well, I guess I will have to come back, because they had to put it in a... Yeah. And the Great Fairy Sword doesn't mean all that much, but I'm a completionist, so it's what I do. Check all of the things to see if there's a thing. 'Cause I don't remember. Should've just done that. Okay. Upside down. Worry about that one later. I think that's everything that's down here for now. This is a clever idea. Though I do hate it sometimes, especially when you have to store one, to store the next one, to store the next one. Diminishing returns, as it were. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay. The conversations that they're having in here do need to lead to the boss Garo. Oh, that's right, the recharge, don't they? I hate that. Or not recharge, they respawn. I think it's just the one, but of course I have to double check. Okay. Good, good, good. Good. It's this room in particular. Really. I knew that would happen. I just wanted it out of my face. Okay. The fact that they respawn suck. Suck. Dang it, look at the time. I do not have a lot of time to do this. Nope, I don't have time. I don't have time. It's all right. I got the shortcut. So based on the time in this clock and the time on that clock, this will be all that we do with the Stone Tower Temple for tonight. Instead, we will be jumping over to... Probably was a little silly to think I'd get through the entirety of the first half of this temple in 30 minutes. It's fine. Ba-ba-da! Okay. All the way to the end of the road, past the bend. I need something that would rhyme. What? Thank you. That was weird. Took so much time, I might as well have just let the clock run. Here we are. When we get to do this again. Anyway. I never do this a second time, because there's never any need to. Now I have a reason to want to. Come on. All right. All right, here we go again. now I know what I'm doing. Ah, darn it, you hit one! Ah, I was so close, I was almost perfect! It worked out pretty well, darn well, though. Yay! His name is Barton. Barten is in bartender. Did I not know this app before? I don't know. Woo! That's it? Well, I guess it didn't happen. Maybe I have to be perfect? You know what? Let's find out. If I can be perfect, let's see if it changes. Okay. We're perfect. Let's see if it changes. It's a different angle. Hey! I did it! I did it! I helped Cremia! And I got a hug! The best hugs. I feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Ah, I could get used to this. And that's besides the fact that Cremia... Yeah, anyway, I'm a child right now. I shouldn't be doing this. Do not be sorry, Cremia. This is the best reward I could possibly ask for. Hugs are very not present in these games. Real nice. Okay, that was totally worth it. Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm going to do one more thing before we leave. There is a piece of heart that is hanging out back in the graveyard. And I want to grab that. I really want these guys to not attack me. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you, Stone Mask. Getting cursed sucks. Okay. So this obviously has nothing to do with our story. It's just really convenient. No. Come back. Open. Open, says me. Thank you. Opened, says me. Opened, they did. Down we go. Okay. Okay, can I not have to deal with... Ow, my aim sucks. Thank you. Must be this one. I do not remember this part. I thought it was just another room and then room. Nope. It's a whole thing. There we go. Hi there. Ow! Dang it, I lost my Z targeting. Goodbye. Some things. This is what I came for. I would like this, please. Thank you. Another one! And that should do it. So, I will run and set up the interrupt save, and this is where we will drop in next time we are here playing Majora's Mask. Everyone, thank you all so much for being here. Regardless of how you're participating or how long you have been here, I appreciate you spending any time with me that you have the time for. If you're watching over on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying where the story has been going. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are as to how I'm doing in making this whole thing up on the spot. I think it's going pretty good, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it, so I hope that you are too. If you want to come see these live, I'm always streaming Zelda on Monday evenings, usually starting about 6 o'clock Pacific time, and then I'm streaming a whole bunch of other games throughout the week as well. So come on over to Twitch. It would be absolutely wonderful to see you somewhere out there in the multiverse. Have a good one.